Hello mga kabayan. Today we have a special guest with us, Attorney Chris and Attorney Crystal Dias from Dias Solicitors. Um, Attorney Chris and Attorney Crystal, how are you feeling today?
Hello, hi Stephen. I'm fine, thank you. It's nice to be here and thank you for the invitation.
Yes, it's good to be here. Thanks.
You're welcome. And we're glad to have you here. Could you tell us a bit about Dias Solicitors?
So Dias Solicitors was established in 2008 and I founded it, and then Christopher joined me eventually, and it was set up in London, based in Chancery Lane, and we specialize in immigration, divorce with international element, and business law. And we have a great team of people who actually support us in our work. And since establishing our firm, we are known now in the Filipino community, and we're involved in their charitable works and everything like that. And in 2020, Dias Solicitors was shortlisted as in the Small Law Firm Award of the Year. So we're actually really
congratulations.
Happy. Thank you.
Nice.
And regarding our team, including Crystal, we have 3 members of staff, all who speak Tagalog and English. We're very much geared towards the Filipino clientele. And so if anyone wants to call us up, we're quite happy to give advice in Tagalog.
Yes.
Nice. Thank you. And well, we invited you here today actually to talk about one of the hottest topics right now, which is Brexit. Now, it's probably a common term for almost everyone here in the UK, but for the sake of our viewers outside the country and for consistency of understanding regarding the term, what is Brexit?
So Brexit is the withdrawal of the United Kingdom from the European Union. UK joined EU in 1973, so that's 48 years ago. But since the 2016 referendum, the people of UK voted for UK to leave Europe. So it's been a long process, but UK officially left Europe on the 31st of December 2020.
Yes, that was the end of what was the 1-year transition period. So when we left a year before that, everything stayed the same so that they could negotiate a trade deal, and they did that at the last minute. But you know, from our perspective as immigration lawyers, the big changes have happened now 2021.
Oh, I see. And how will Brexit affect Filipino immigration?
Well, the biggest issue that drove discussion leading to the 2016 referendum was immigration. Before Brexit, European nationals exercised freedom of movement. They were able to come to the UK to work, live, and study without any immigration restrictions. And as opposed to the non-Europeans, including Filipinos, they had to apply to come to the UK. And when they came here, there were conditions attached to the immigration status. But now, since Brexit, it's an equal playing field. So Europeans and non-Europeans, they would have to make an application to come to the UK, and they're subjected to the same immigration rules.
And one important thing to note on that, though, is that because of that transition period, there was an opportunity for European nationals who were already here before the 30th of December to make an application under the EU settlement scheme to preserve their status here. And of course, a lot of Filipinos are here on European passports.
That's right. Yes. So basically, Filipinos who are here, who came from Europe, they're nationals of that country, for example, Spain, France, Italy. So they're here exercising their treaty rights. So most of them working as nurses or care homes, care workers. So again, they can apply under the EU settlement scheme.
And I think the important thing to remember about that is that no matter what the rights were under the old European treaty, that is no longer in power now. We have a new treaty with Europe, and they only now have until July of 2021 to make an application to change that status over to the EU settlement scheme.
Yeah, 2021. So it's only 6 months to go, really, to make the application under the EU settlement scheme.
Okay. But will it be easier for Filipinos who wish to work here coming from the Philippines?
There have been changes to the immigration rules as of the 1st of January 2021. So it's only a few days old. Major changes, which applies not only to Filipinos, but to everyone wishing to come to the UK to work and study.
And one of the major changes that I think will be giving opportunities to Filipinos is the new status called skilled worker. That's taken the place of the tier 2 work permit. And the reason they've changed it is because of the anticipated extra need for workers now that they've closed off to automatic right to work for European nationals. And under the skilled worker route, there are 2 major changes that I think are offering opportunities. The first is the type of jobs that you can get a skilled worker permit for. Under the old system, under the tier 2, you had to have a graduate level job offered by a UK employer. And there was only a certain level of jobs that met that requirement. However, now under the new system, they've lowered that requirement to what's called level 3 jobs, which are the equivalent of A levels. So I think it's about doubled the amount of jobs that are available now to UK employers if they want to sponsor.
That's definitely good news for our kababayans back home. But when you say level 3 or level 3 jobs or A-level jobs, could you specify more what kind of jobs they are?
Well, it's the Home Office who sets these conditions, basically. They have a list of all the level jobs, level 3, level 4 jobs that they have on their website. And an example would be a senior care worker was previously classed as a level 3 job, and so it wasn't available under the old system, but now it's come back in. So potentially you can come to the UK and work as a senior care worker.
Nice. Well, that's definitely good news. At least the one thing that we can guarantee is that there's definitely going to be an increase in the demand for, or rather an increase in the opportunity to work here in the UK. If the salary requirement isn't going to be that high anymore, that means more and more employers would be willing to hire immigrants outside of the UK, right?
Yes, I think the government has recognized when they drafted the skilled worker route, by lowering the skill level and also lowering the salary expectation level, they're acknowledging that we're going to have to fill the gap left by EU workers with workers from outside the EU.
But having said that, it's not quite easy to make the application under the new route. It used to be called Tier 2 General Migrant. That's out of the window now. There's no points-based system now. But it is now Australian-style points-based system.
It's a bit confusing because the old system was called the points-based, and they've called the new system the points-based as well.
But this it's now called Appendix Skilled Workers. So you have to meet certain points still, but it is more. There are additional requirements to meet. And reading the new immigration rules, you really have to understand what they're trying to say.
I think it's going to take a while to get to grips with it.
Take a while, exactly. The other good news, Stephen, is that under the student route, it used to be Tier 4 student. It's now called Appendix Student. So before you only need to meet 40 points, but it's now 70 points. But the good news about this, though, is that they are now allowed to work. If they're coming here to study an undergraduate degree level, they are allowed to work up for 20 hours.
Yeah.
The other good news for students is that they'll be bringing back the post-study work route, which would allow students who graduate in the UK to then get a work permit without an employer sponsorship to work for 2 years, so that they can get on their feet and find a job and find a career in the UK.
Oh, that's great. And well, even if the visa requirements and how to come into the UK basically would be confusing, I'm sure at least there are solicitors, especially you guys, who would be definitely willing to help our kababayans back home to come here, right?
Absolutely. We give free initial consultation.
And also online as well.
And online, because obviously, because of the pandemic, we're not able to see clients face to face, only on appointment basis if it's a matter of urgency. But normally we do it online via Zoom or Google Meet, and they can book through our website, and they can find our website on www.diassolicitors.com.
All right. Well, there you have it, guys. And thank you very much, Crystal and Chris, for your time. Thank you. And thank you very much for our viewers for staying here watching the whole video. Once again, we are Kabayan Remit, and we are definitely a service you can count on.